Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of 2-Minute Emergencies. I am so glad that you're able to join me today. And today's topic is one that is very timely. So, first of all, who am I? I am Dr. Leslie, your board-certified emergency physician, international speaker, best-selling author, and professional photographer. And what do? I help to educate you about emergency conditions to help keep you safe, healthy, and out of the emergency department. So what is today's topic? Today's topic is dedicated to my friends on the Northeast coast, the East Coast, and especially in the Northeast right now, who are suffering from their first winter storm. Now, I know there's been snow other parts of the country before this, but seeing as I'm from the East Coast, it hits close to home. So today's subject is hypothermia. What is hypothermia? Hypothermia is any time your body's temperature drops below 95 degrees. Now, we all think of the normal temperature as being 98.6, and there are some slight variations for individuals, but anything below 95 is considered hypothermia. Hypothermia can happen, believe it or not, at temperatures higher than you would suspect. Everybody thinks about that happening when you have the outside temperature is freezing or lower. But hypothermia can actually happen at 50 degrees and sometimes even higher. So I'm someone who gets cold very easily. So for me, if it's 50 degrees outside, you better believe I've got a jacket on and I'm keeping myself nice and warm. If it is cold, if it is rainy or windy, something higher than 50 degrees can also cause hypothermia. Conditions are worse anytime you have humidity or moisture in the atmosphere because water actually will help you to lose heat a lot faster than air or surfaces by themselves. Because there's three types of heat loss that we look at. We look at the heat that is just lost if your head, you don't have a hat on your head. So just from any exposed areas, they're gonna lose heat rather easily. You're gonna lose heat if, as I said, you're wet. You're gonna lose heat faster that way. And you're also gonna lose heat for wind. So just wind hitting any part of your body and just gradually taking that area that it's hitting, taking the heat away. So 3 major things we need to worry about. Now, what are the signs when somebody is suffering from hypothermia? First thing, you start to shiver. Shivering is actually your body trying to heat up, trying to produce more heat to keep you warm. Then there's varying levels. So after that, people tend to start to become a little bit more drowsy. They can have slurred speech. They can have some loss of their coordination. They can become very confused. And of course, it's a major problem as you start to become more drowsy because once you lose consciousness, there's nothing to protect you. Unless it is something witnessed, you're with other people, there's nothing to protect you at that point. So if you do start to get cold, first things first, you're going to go inside, obviously, and try to get warm. But a couple things you can do if you're still staying outside and you don't have a way of getting to someplace warm. The idea is you want to keep as little of your body as possible off of any cold surfaces. So the ground, obviously, your feet are on the ground, you're gonna lose some of your warmth through your feet. But any other surfaces you want to stay off of. So if you go to sit down on a cold bench, a metal bench, for example, that's actually going to make things worse. Other things you want to do is just as we do our normal activities outside in the cold, you want to think a couple things. You want to stay covered. You want to have loose fitting clothes, multiple layers. Layers are very important. And you want to make sure they're loose fitting. And the ideal things that you want to use material-wise is you want to use wool, silk, or some of the synthetic fabrics because they actually help to hold heat in better. Another thing you want to do is you want to avoid being overexerted. So anytime you start to sweat, remember what I said about that moisture, you're going to lose heat faster if you start to sweat. If your clothes start to get wet, you're going to dissipate So you want to be very careful about that. If you're doing things like shoveling, you want to make sure you take frequent breaks to go inside, warm yourself up. I know once we go back inside, we really don't want to finish the job, but just getting warm, making sure you're bringing your body temperature back up before you go back outside is key. Hi, Dr. Erica. Thank you so much for joining me today. And so that's another thing that you want to be very careful about. Now, water is a different story. You can actually get hypothermia in water up to 70 degrees. Because remember, I said hypothermia is anything with your body temperature less than 95. So if you're in 70-degree weather, a 70-degree water temperature, that is going to slowly dissipate that body heat as well. So there are plenty of people who can tolerate that cold weather, especially in the water. I am definitely not one of those people, but I commend those people who are able to do that. Other things, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I missed. Oh, as far as treatment. So if you are cold, you don't want to run your hands, for example, under hot water. That can actually cause more harm than good. You actually want to run them under lukewarm water to room temperature water, because you want to slowly start to reheat. Just like you don't want to go inside and stand in front of the heater. Also bad, because you're going to change your, the capillaries and the blood vessels in your body are going to expand rapidly, and it can cause more harm, because especially for your legs, hands, feet, if you start to warm them up faster, what happens is that actually shunts that cold blood back to your heart, because it wants to go to the core of your body first, and that can cause irregular heart rhythms called arrhythmias, and even lead to cardiac arrest. So you want to do everything very slowly, warm blankets. If it's to the case where you need to be brought into the emergency department, we have other methods that we use. We can actually warm your blood. We can give you IV fluids that are warmed. And in some cases, when I say warm your blood, we actually use something very similar to what a dialysis or a kidney failure patient would do. And we filter that blood through a warming machine, which comes back into you. So obviously, hypothermia can be deadly. So you want to keep yourself as warm as possible and take those extra precautions if you're going out in the cold. So as I said, this is dedicated to my East Coast friends out there. I know there are people in the upper Midwest who have also been having many snowstorms already, but just a couple tips to help you out today. Once again, I am Dr. Leslie, your board-certified emergency physician, international speaker, best-selling author, and I am here to educate you on emergency conditions to help keep you safe, healthy, and out of the emergency department. Until next time, when I will see you on Tuesday, and we will have another topic to discuss. Take care for now. Stay healthy. Bye-bye.